Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to GAVRA Racing F1 2019 Super League. And tonight I do not have a co-commentator to announce. I talked to him earlier, and he wanted me to express to everyone watching and the community that he is fine, but he is in the food service industry, so he is actually having to work at the moment. So we all hope he stays safe and germ-free. And I am Jukebox 73. I will be your commentator tonight. And as you can see, we are here at the Hungary GP. Excuse me, y'all. 4.38 kilometers or 2.72 miles, 14 turns. As always, 15-minute qualifying, 45-minute race, and dynamic weather. And Natty G, I already see you in the chat. Hello, how you doing? Yep, he's out on track as well. And just as a reminder, make my buttons work right. Last week's winners were Leauge got first, Jojo was in second, Piero was in third, and last week y'all named Gavranovic as driver of the day. And while these guys are still running around doing a few laps, see, we're currently on Tourissant. Oh, this is a new driver. Looks like Daza has got a replacement teammate this week. And so I don't completely butcher his name, I'm going to call him Kebab. So since he's the new driver, we're going to put all the pressure on him. We're going to leave the camera on him while I go through the standings, and we can have a look and see how all of our drivers are doing. Now, give me 1 second and I will get that up. There we go. And we have Leauge in the lead with 139 points. Napula in second with 112. Followed by Adam Grin in third with 75. Definitely proven to be a tight runoff between all the drivers in this season. Piero with 70 points. Don Rajib with 66. It's Jax with 58 points. Jojo Power with 46. He had one hell of a race last week. I think we'll see the same out of him this week. MQD with 33 points. Kobayashi, 30 points. ESSH with 25 points. Yep, it's time for me to take the pressure off of the new driver. We'll go up here to ESSH. He can take the pressure for a little while. And we have Gavranovic with 15 points. Before You Die, also 15 points. Several drivers right there on top of each other with points, so it's about the middle of the season. A lot of drivers have a lot to either gain or lose during these next couple races to get themselves set up for the last leg. One shot, two down, 10 points. He's actually came in late and has made one hell of a start, I have to say. Met Boy with 10 points. I saw in the chat earlier he's been doing a lot of practice. I believe he's been practicing with, Leauge a little bit, so we could see a little something out of Met Boy tonight. Tunturi with 4 points. I'd say Tunturi is one of my favorite in this season, regardless of his points. He always puts on one hell of a race. And like me, he just, somewhere along the line, his car kind of fights him back. Let's just say that. Toby 0603 with 2 points. Then we have Daza, Deadly Jason, Guillotine, And yep, and that is it. And y'all bear with me 1 second, I'll pop that off and we'll actually start seeing what the drivers are doing tonight for their qualifying round. They still do have 11.5 minutes left, so we've got plenty of time to get to all that. Alright, there we go. We got all that stuff on off of there. And it looks like Piero is currently setting the fastest lap. Oh, and we do have a couple more people in the chat. Yep, no AB Techers. I kept it covered up so they could have a little time to warm up a little. Oh, we're doing good, Natty G. It's just me solo tonight. Toby is in the food industry, so he unfortunately is having to be very brave and go out in the public and work so that some of his employees can have time off to quarantine themselves. So we all hope he is safe out there. So let me slowly, so I don't even make myself sick with this camera, let's get up here to Pierre. Well, of course he's sitting in the pit, but he is currently setting the fastest lap with a 1:17.5. Tourist in second at the moment with a 1:18. Yeah, Piero with a 1:17. I'm sorry, y'all. Don Rajiv also 1:18. Only, I believe that is 1,000th or 100th, sorry, of a second behind Tourist. Very, very close. Oh, as Guillotine has now put himself up into second with a 1:18.3. Very nice. Yeah, it's stacking up very close. Y'all never disappoint, Natty G. There is a reason this is the Super League and the top tier for the F1. Which, speaking of the F1, I don't know if everybody has noticed, but I don't know if it has anything to do with the actual real-world F1 doing more in the sim or not, but we have got a lot of new F1 drivers in the Discord channel here lately. Y'all are really going to keep the administrators hard at work. And where are we currently? We are currently on Adam Grin, also a 1:18. Kebab 1:18 in 6th. One shot, two down, also 1:18. ESSH 1:18. MQD 1:18. I'm kind of getting tired of saying 1:18, but I'm not, because that means the grid is stacking up extremely tight for this race. See there, once again, Natty G, also 1:18. Toby 0603, 1:19. He's only 3/10 off of a 1:18. That's right, Play Dutchy. He needs to stop worrying about the chatting and focus. Wait a minute. Hold on. Play Dutchy, you're supposed to be in this race. And either I'm blind or I'm just not seeing your name. But Daza, currently in 12th, also 1:19.53. The drivers outside of the 1:18 mark are literally just outside of the 1:18. Kobayashi also 1:19. Before You Die, a 1:19. Gavra with the 1:20.16. That's close enough. We can just call that, might as well call that a 1:20 flat or a high 1:19. And he's going to end up coming out and improving. He is currently on hard, so Gavra must be trying to see what he can set on the hard tires, get a feel for the car, and then change him up, see if he can do a little bit better. Deadly Jason with the 1:21. We know, from watching all the other streams, that he is much faster than that. Deadly Jason also always puts on a great show. And JoJo Power, not yet to set a time. I believe we actually had a couple of these drivers serving license level penalties. And if I was a better commentator that could walk and chew gum at the same time, I would have looked that up. But I'm not. We all know I can't walk and chew gum. So it looks like we have a very big mix of tires at the moment. Pierre has decided he's going to hang out in the pit. I don't think I blame him. He set himself in the lead. He'll start off on medium tires with that time, which should last him a decent while on the track. It's a guillotine on the softs. He's coming out. He wants to see if he can improve just a little bit, see what the softs are going to do on the track tonight. I do have to say, it almost looks a little bit overcast, so I do hope the weather holds out for the drivers. So, yeah, Tourissant on the mediums. He's going to... All the drivers now changing tires to see if they can set a little bit better time. And if Toby was here, he would remind me that they have to... The top 10 have to start the race on the tires that they set their fastest laps on. So it's why we really see a big difference in tires. They'll come out, they'll run a couple of laps, they'll come back in, and maybe change tires, maybe they won't. Go back out, do a couple of more laps, and get a feel for all the different tires and decide how they're going to sit. How you doing, Black Country Mush? Good to see you in the chat, man. Yeah, hope you're excited for this race. It'll help should definitely give you a little bit of insight to what you'll have to go through next week with the drivers. You'll be able to see where some of the drivers might make mistakes, some where they might not. Because I do believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think y'all, because of last week's debacle with the internet, y'all are now 1 week behind the Super League, I believe. Which everybody, if you haven't gone and checked out the Premier Series F1, you really should. All those drivers there also very, very good. Their field also stacks up extremely tight. Don Rajib has really been picking his pace up as this season has gone on. Oh, yep, and just as soon as I said it, he puts himself in the lead with a 117.6. Yep, 117.498. I mean, not, what is that, 4 1,000ths, 4 1,000ths of a second faster than Pierre. And now we'll have to see if Piero will come back out of the pit and try to beat that. But I think those are going to be about the times for the fastest drivers. Pierre, he's confident. He's going to hang out in the pit. He's not worried about it. He is not sweating that time whatsoever. All right, yeah. I was thinking y'all were a week behind now. See, ESH has put himself up into third. And we now have all of the drivers in the 119 range. I've got to go back down here because Gavranovic and Daza are the two drivers I'm rooting for tonight. Looks like, yeah, Gavranovic is definitely getting a little bit more time out of the medium tires. Looks like some of the drivers are going to be a little risky and start out on the softs. I really don't know how long any of those are going to last, though, but if it serves true from the other tracks, I'm going to guess the top of the grid, top split, could get as many as 12 laps out of softs, and I'm thinking anywhere from 15 all the way up to possibly 22 laps out of the mediums. But we will have to wait and see. Oh, as Gavra did get a little bit wide right there. Hopefully that isn't going to hurt him. He's got 2 more minutes. He's trying to pick up some more time. Which really, though, he's right there. This entire grid is literally a second and a half apart. we have a second and a half from first to 17th place. It's like Daz is going to go ahead and call it and go on back to the pits. Natty G's going to try to improve a little bit more. So I think, personally, as long as all the drivers make it through the first lap nice and safe, we are going to be in for one hell of a race tonight. And if you're watching and you haven't done so already, please hit the like and subscribe button. That way you get all the notifications whenever we post videos. We do go live just about every day at this point. And yeah, back to the subject of so many F1 drivers joining up here lately. I have a feeling we're going to start having a lot more F1 races throughout the week as well. Y'all are really going to have GAVRA working his butt off. Though I have not seen him complain yet, so y'all keep joining up. Oh no, you got a good lap in, Natty G. I mean, you got a 118.98. I mean, you might be in 13th place, but like I said a second ago, the entire grid is literally only separated by a second and a half. Oh, I hope we don't end up with any retirements Black Country mush. I believe y'all did real good last night on keeping everybody connected, I believe. And yep, we're pretty much going down to the end of qualifying. Let's go check on... Oh, well, no, his time got beat. Okay, so that's why Dodge got moved on down. Usually they'll show up like that if they crashed out or something like that. But they should still be in the lobby. And at this point, all the drivers are either on softs or mediums. Guillotine, Kebab, Toby 0603, the only 3 drivers on soft tires. So this could be very interesting as to how pit strategies play out for everyone. No, Natty G, we don't dive bomb turn 1, and I know you don't drive like that too. Hey y'all, look, I keep gaining experience. I've never played, but like, I'm even getting notifications now in the game talking about how good I'm doing in the game and everything. Like I drove 1 car around 1 track. But anyway, so we're going to start out with Tourissant in first, MQD in second, Guillotine in third, Piero in fourth, Don Rajiv fifth, Adam Grin sixth, ESSH in seventh, Before You Die 8th, JoJo is 9th, Kebab 10th, Kobayashi 11th, One Shot 2 Down 12th. That's what happens when I run my mouth. I miss it. We'll get it back up here in just a second. Yep, there we go. And they are not loaded in the order that I thought they would be in, so I will have to call it quits on, I believe it was Kobayashi on 13th. So while we're waiting on the drivers to finish to plan out their pit strategies and everything else, real quick, make sure you go to the website, gavraracing.altervista.org. Check it out. There's tons of information on there on past seasons, present seasons. I believe there's fixing to be another F1 2019 Academy starting up very soon because so many of y'all have joined up and continue to do so. GAVRA Racing is a fantastic league. The administrators go through a lot of work to try to make sure that they provide some type of racing for pretty much everybody in there. and so there's always something to do. And then if you join up and it's in between the seasons and there just isn't a spot open, all the drivers are always practicing, so it's not that hard to get a race. If you want one, you just kind of have to know what to ask for. You basically just look at what the people are driving and hit them up on the next track that they're going to be racing on, and most likely you'll get a lot of those drivers in there, wanting to practice and sharpen their skills. And also on the webpage, you will find a link to the Discord channel at the bottom, as well as a link to the Patreon site if you wish to become a Patreon supporter. I agree, Black Country Mush. Turn 1 is going to be very, very interesting. I'm hoping it didn't glitch again. Sometimes it just takes a minute for y'all to load in. But if it does, I might not can walk and chew bubblegum, but I am good at preparing for the worst, so I have a oh shit screen to throw up while we deal with it. Big if, that happens. I'm very faithful that we're going to hold right on in and we're going to get this race done just fine. No, my silence is not an indicator of me being worried. I'm not sure what it's waiting on there for. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we're getting a notification on the screen that says Adam Grimm may have left. Oh no, I'm seeing a few drivers here. Yeah, y'all give us just a minute. I'm gonna pop my oh shit screen up here because apparently the commentators box is on fire. So y'all bear with us just a minute and I will keep y'all informed. And I promise you, we're doing this race. Once again, I will turn my webcam on and I will run circles in my tiny, tiny living room so y'all see somebody race. I'll get one of my dogs in here to chase me. Yeah, it's a race. But yeah, bear with us. We'll be right back. Yep. No, me personally, I just think that with everything that's going on in the world right now and all the races everywhere being canceled, excuse me, y'all, especially like the F1, it's a huge series, and the way they're trying to migrate and they're trying to do some more sim racing. I think it's getting a lot more people wanting to do it. So I think we're seeing a huge influx on some of the racing sims, and that is why we're starting to see a few more trouble on some of these lobbies, just because their system really probably was not built for this amount of people. So yeah, y'all bear with us and we're going to be right back. They are setting up the new lobby as we speak. Yep, and if y'all are watching, then you can see some of the racers in the chat informing all of us what's going on. And they are basically they're setting the new lobby up, and they're going to set up the custom grid so that we can start right back off with everyone in the same qualifying. Which I have to say is, like, I think I've already said it a couple of times. The entire grid was literally a second and a half apart. This is going to be an amazing race. Definitely going to be a true test of how close can these drivers get to each other without making contact, which is, after all, the trick. Well, or part of it anyway. Yeah, I was just thinking about that Black Country Mush. Since they won't actually have any wear on their tires, they'll get to stay out a little bit longer on them. Hopefully that won't get. I don't think that'll give anybody too huge advantage, but I have to admit I am not the most familiar with the F1 cars or the setups. The Toby01 is Toby01 is the man for that. But yeah, I also noticed when I turned the game on this time that mysteriously the game sound was turned back on, and I have to admit I had a hell of a time finding the setting to turn it off. So everyone, just in case y'all don't know, we're licensed. You own the game. You're licensed to broadcast the game. We are not licensed or allowed to broadcast in-game music. You broadcast the in-game music, you get a copyright strike. Not a bad copyright strike, like the ones where you only get 3 of and they take your channel down. It's just hey, we've marked your channel as using our music. If you ever do try to monetize it, well, we get the money. Yep, and I think I just heard my alert go off, so it sounds like, yep, I do have an invite. So yeah, shouldn't be long at all before we get this race started again, y'all. Black Country Mush, you know it's not a jukebox stream if I don't forget something. Yeah, everybody, make sure Thursday there'll actually be two sets of races going on at the same time. There's going to be the Ferrari 333 SP LMP 900 cars racing, and it is also the 5-year anniversary of GAVRA Racing, and GAVRA has organized a big special event Thursday evening for the F1 2019 cars. And it looks like it's actually going to be really good to watch. I think he's got about 4 races set up back to back. They're shorter races. They're not the whole 45-minute race. They're much shorter. But it should be really good. I believe it was 4 teams. And then basically whichever team has the most points out of all 4 races wins. It's kind of a nice little setup. I kind of like that. Even if your team does kind of bad on 1 or 2 races, you know, those might be your bad tracks, and the other tracks might be your really good tracks, and you really make up a lot of points. Yep. Okay. So yeah, 4 races. That's what I was thinking. So yeah, y'all make sure you Thursday, yeah, y'all keep an eye out for both of those. They'll both be really good races to watch. And I believe we've just about got all the drivers back in here, so we should be loading back into the race anytime. I hope, because I'm not gonna lie. Not only do y'all not want to see me run circles in my little bitty living room, I'm really out of shape. I don't think I could run more than 1 or 2. Yep, I believe they are just finishing up and finalizing the weather conditions. Because while they do race under dynamic weather conditions, it does make the best sense to reset the weather to what it was. That way they actually go back right back into the race that they wanted. Or not that they wanted, that they were in and they have prepared for. If they change weather at this point, it could really mess up everybody's strategy, and especially with a big restart like this, it's just easiest, like some of the guys are saying, just reset the weather like it was. That way everybody knows what's going on. It's a nice smooth transition. And yep, it looks like we are finally starting to load back in, but before I finally finish putting out the flames here, we're gonna wait, make sure they actually get back in here. Alright, so, well, we're back on the track. We just gotta wait for the rest of the drivers to finish up. Looks like it says session starts in 15 seconds, so yeah, hopefully this is good to go this time. Looks like everybody is definitely in a mad scramble to real quick get their pit strategies reset. I hope they all do. That could be disastrous for your race if you don't get it reset in time. And it looks, I'm trying to decide if this is their formation lap or not. Yeah, it looks like it is. Looks like this is their formation lap. So yeah, we will start with Tourissant in first, MQD in second, Guillotine in third, Piero fourth, Don Rajib will be fifth, Adam Grin sixth. We see everyone trying to get their tires warmed up. ESSH in seventh, Before You Die eighth, JoJo Power in ninth, Bob in 10th. I think we're going to see a good race out of him tonight. Kobayashi is in 11th. One Shot Two Down is 12th. Natty G in 13th. Toby06 in 14th. His teammate Deadly Jason right behind him in 15th. Gaza is 16th. Gavra Novik is 17th. And Metboy is 18th. So now all we have to do is wait for the drivers to get back around to the starting line, and we should have a very good 45-minute race. You know, all the drivers are a little overexcited at this point, ready to get this thing started. Yep, see, we can definitely tell how excited they are to get everything going there. Since I guess I don't have that other camera box up front, I'm going to switch over to the full map. That way we can really see where the cars are all the way around the track. Actually, the full map is a little bit smaller. I will definitely have to do just a little bit of rearranging with my graphics to make that fit in. I really like that. Of course, it'd be even nicer if I could knock it down just a hair. Just a little Codemasters. Alright, we're getting ready. They're on the line. Oh, and Natty G forgot to put his setup on. Well, hang with it, Natty G, and just do the best you can and try to finish the race. They are off. Tourissant still in first. MQD still in second. Pierre has made his way into third. Don Rajib up into fourth. Adam Grin up into fifth. Guillotine has fallen down into sixth. ESH in seventh. JoJo is now in seventh. Passing ESH and JoJo are really battling it out. We can see how tight this field is right now. Everyone giving each other a lot of space. I agree, Play Dutchy. Stop chatting and focus. And apparently I'm not. Yeah. No, I agree with Play Dutchy there. Yeah, see? Got me all distracted here. So we're still sitting with MQD in first, Turzant second, Piero third, Don Rajiv is in fourth, Adam Grin fifth, ESH in sixth, Jojo Power is seventh, Guillotine eighth, Toby06 in ninth. Wow, he's really moved up. Natty G has moved himself up into 10th position. One shot, two down in 11th. Daza has made his way into 12th. Way to go, Daza. Deadly Jason also has made his way up the field into 13th. Met Boy in 14th. Gavra is slowly chewing his way through the pack, as he always does. Y'all better watch out. We're going to find Gavra in the middle of the field before we know it. Kobayashi right behind him in 16th. Our new driver, Kebab, is bringing up the rear. I do have high hopes for him. And, oh, it looks like we have lost Before You Die, which is very unfortunate. I'm fixing to do that, Black Country Mush. I just noticed that I did not get that up there. I'm going to get all that stuff up there right now, because I'm curious to see what we have going on here. Oh, there we go. We want tires. We want telemetry. And we might as well go with that up there. There's nothing else up there at the moment. Yeah, so we see... Yeah, I believe Before You Die had maybe potentially started on the softs. Toby603 started on the softs. Natty G started on hards, along with Gavra Novick, Adam Grin, Kebab, all started on hard tires, it looks like. Could be a little bit risky move, I think, in my opinion, but it could allow them to stay out for a much longer time. Lap 2, we've already got the safety car out. Yeah, these restarts like this are very, very tough on the drivers. The drivers' nerves are already sky high. And they're already just extremely anxious to get the race started and everything, and getting prepared for it. And then when you get the little restarts, it really does just makes it kind of worse. And I must say, I am not that familiar with this track, but damn, it has got some hellacious turns. I guess considering I believe this track is in ACC, so I better learn it. Safety car still out, so we'll have one more lap under the safety car, it looks like. This is really going to make the field very tight. None of the drivers really have enough, they don't have enough wear on their tires, I don't think, for anyone to take advantage of the situation and pull in for a quick pit stop and take new tires. It's just a little too early on. Let's see, where is, alright, so we're getting about halfway back around through here. Hopefully the drivers will stay a little calm, and we'll have a really good, nice, clean restart. To me, it looked like the first couple laps were pretty good, except for whatever happened that we lost Before You Die. I have a feeling that was what gave us this yellow flag and the safety car out here. And I forgot to put my Hungary GP track sticker up in the corner. So we're going to go up here with the leaders, getting ready to see if the safety car's leaving the track. And there they are off for the restart again. MQD managed to get himself a little bit of a run there. It looks like he's going to go totally defensive on the inside. I do not blame him. That is probably a very good move. Oh, we have JoJo Power and Toby0603 battling it out very hard in the back. JoJo, looks like JoJo did manage to get the move around Toby and make it stick. Let's have a look just a little bit farther down the time. Everyone is still, because of the restart, literally right on top of each other. We can look at the whole grid. The only gap we actually have is between... Oh, we just had something happen in the back of the field where there was a lot of position changes there. Gavranovic still the only driver outside of a 1 second gap, but he is only 1/10 outside of it. And he has Don Rajib right on. We gotta go back to this. Oh no, wait a minute here. We've got Adam Grimm, Daza, and Metboy with the three-way going on. Oh, I did see some parts fly there. I don't know whose car that came off of. Someone definitely lost a little bit of something. I believe that could be Metboy's car. Missing part of his front wing. Looks like the outside fin. Yes, he is definitely missing the little bit of the outside fin of his front wing. Hopefully that won't impact him too much. He's fighting very hard right here in the middle of the pack. This definitely seems to be where most of the action is at the moment. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars right on top of each other. Midfield is really battling it out. Daza is doing a fantastic job of keeping everyone fended off at the moment. This is some great work, Daza. Keep it up. It don't matter if they're faster than... Oh, Daza made a little bit of a mistake there. Oh, as we still have 3, 4 wide coming through the turn. Oh, I'm not sure what happened there. I'm not sure if Daza got eased off a little bit or if he just went a little bit wide. I believe he may have gone a little bit wide. They were, like I said, 3, 4 wide through that turn. All the drivers, nobody really wanted to give up anything. And I must say, it was fantastic to watch all those drivers come through there so cleanly. Don Rajib has managed to make his way up into 9th. He will be gaining ground on Natty G before long. And it looks like Metboy also making a move on someone and getting by. The times will reset. I'll have a little bit better idea of where everybody is. The entire field literally right on top of each other. ESH 1 second from Piero. Toby06 2 seconds from JoJo. JoJo 1.4 from ESH. And Deadly Jason 1.8. And that is basically our gaps. And it looks like that boy's giving himself a little bit of room. Though he is a little bit, he is in danger of guillotine a little bit there. And my prediction is what's going to happen here is Metboy, Don Rajib, Metboy, and Guillotine are going to get each other tied up just a little bit. And it's going to allow this man right here, Gavranovic, to reel them right on in. I believe it's going to allow him... Oh, shit! I have no idea of what just happened there, but we have definitely... Oh, Toby0603 definitely had some major contact back there. Something happened. It looks like we have got some safety cars or something coming out here. I'm not sure what's going on. So while they get that figured out, we'll go up here and check in. We're 7 laps in. Some of the drivers are going ahead and taking... Yep, safety car is coming out. That's what was going on. All the drivers were hitting their brakes so that they don't get a penalty. Yes, that did. That looked to be a very bad collision. I'm not too sure what happened there. Looked like somebody may have lost their car coming around the turn. Well, Natty G, how are you on the podium? Well, I can promise you And I think Play Dutchy will agree it has nothing to do with the fact that you're talking on the chat. But no, you're doing very well. You just got to keep it together and you'll end up, Natty G will have a pretty good race. Looks like what he has been trying to learn may be paying off. Let's have a check in on the rest of the field here. Yeah, looks like we had a big mix-up in the back from everyone's position. I'm now seeing Gavranovic down in 15th, and he was in 10th. Daza was up towards the front more, along with One Shot, Two Down, and Met Boy. I'm not too sure exactly what happened here. Natty G says it's his brother typing. That's a redundant statement. We've heard just about all the excuses on how he's talking in the chat and driving at the same time at this point. Alright, so who do we have that is very... I was going to say, who do we have that is very close? All the drivers. All the drivers still literally right on top of each other. Most of them only 5/10 off of each other. Okay, let's get back up here to MQD because I have a feel. Yeah, there it is. I was going to say, I think we have a safety car back out here again. Yes, we do. Alright, so... Alright, we're only about halfway down through here. So, we are lap 8 of the 35. Second safety car is out. Drivers are pushing very hard tonight on a very difficult track. We're seeing some great racing, though. We've got MQD is in first. Turzant is holding on to second. Natty G is in third, and he's still swearing it's his brother typing, and it could be, or it could be, you know, talk to text type, text and type, talk to text app. Wow, how can something so simple be so difficult to say? Oh yeah, because I'm can't walk and chew bubblegum guy. Don Rajib, 4th. ESH is 5th. Jojo is 6th. Piero, 7th. Kobayashi, 8th. Deadly Jason, 9th. Adam Grin is 10th. Guillotine, 11th. Kebab, 12th. Daza, 13th. One Shot, Two Down, 14th. Gavrano, 15th. Met Boy is bringing up the rear, which I did not expect. He definitely had a turn for the worse there somewhere. And we have lost Toby and Before You Die due to the very fragile nature of these cars. And yep, it looks like the safety car has gone back in. Entire grid still once again very, very tight. MQD's managing to get himself a little bit of safety there, getting a little bit of run. So we're going to go back here to where the action is again, which is in the midfield. We have ESH, Piero, Jojo Power, Kobayashi, Adam Grin, Deadly Jason. We literally have the entire middle of the field fighting for every position between 5th and, holy hell, 14th. All the way down to 14th. These drivers are right on top of each other. And right behind him is Met Boy, who stands to make a very, very good move up in positions with all these other drivers caught up in a little battle. And somehow we have got Natty G now down onto the bottom. That is not expected whatsoever. No idea what had happened there. I definitely missed that one. Natty G was having a very good race. Right now we're still on ESSH. He is one of the aliens in the group, along with Play Dutchy, who is not racing tonight. Don Rajib also ridiculously fast. Jojo Power has been proving he also is a very, very strong contender in the F1 cars. Alright, 10 laps into the 35. Most drivers still on the tires. Yeah, most of the drivers are still on the tires they started with. We've had a few go in and change out. Guillotine changed tires. Jojo Power changed tires. ESH, Piero. Okay, I stand very corrected. We have had most of the drivers have changed tires at this point. And still, the battle is right here in the back of the pack. But I have to go up here to Tourissant, who is now only 4/10 off of MQD. I believe he will have DRS coming down the straight. And maybe, nope, he is not quite able to get close enough to catch him before turn 1. But as y'all can see on the full-size map there, all the drivers literally right on top of each other. Oh, something has happened also to Kebab. He has found himself very far back there, and his pace has been phenomenal. I believe him and Daza are going to end up making a very good team. Yeah, I believe ESSH could be trying to go the distance at this point. I see no reason why the drivers can't get at least 20-25 laps out of the hard tires. I mean, I dare say they could possibly get up to 28. So ESH on the hards will be looking very good. Don Rajib with the 9 laps on his hard tires already. That could put him with a little bit of a disadvantage later on in the race. We're just going to have to kind of wait and see. But yeah, I believe at this point my money is towards the end of the race we're going to see ESSH, Piero, and Adam Grin and Guillotine. If Guillotine can keep his pace up, which he's proven before he is very capable of doing. I believe those 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, I believe we're going to see up in the top, battling it out for the podium. Oh, I did not think about that, Black Country Mush. They could, right there at the end, yeah, pull back in, grab those soft tires. I think they definitely do have the advantage. They have a major advantage over MQD and Tourissant at the moment. It's going to be those last pit stops that really make all the difference. Oh, Play Dutchie says no. I'm going to listen to Play Dutchie. I have to. Sorry, Black Country Mush. He is definitely the alien. And I mean the alien for the F1 2019 league. These guys, they really are running around the track very fast. Tourissant's still not quite able to get up on MQD. Or Play Dutchie could be saying that I'm wrong. I'm not sure. Maybe he'll chime in and again in a second and let us know which one of us is wrong. It's possible that I'm wrong, thinking that Don Rajib, Piero, ESH, and Adam Grin can make the distance on the hards. So that is quite a run, to be honest. All of those drivers, they're all literally right there on top of each other. Let's go back down here to the back of the... Oops, sorry for the really fast camera movement, y'all. Kobayashi's closing in on 1 shot, 2 down, but I don't think he's quite in the position. And this is the one I was going for right here. GAVRA Novik. Nope, his gap was a little bit closer. Looks like Deadly Jason opened that gap up just a little bit more. Let's hang in here with GAVRA Novik for just a minute. I think he's going to close this gap right back up. Yeah, GAVRA Novik is extremely faster through these turns than Deadly Jason. Yeah, like right there, it almost looked like Gavra was carrying so much more speed around that corner than Deadly Jason. He had to go wide to stop from hitting him there from my point of view. Oh yeah, that is some hot tires. And I believe we should see Gavranovic go for this move around Deadly Jason any moment. No, Gavra's going to go on in. How are his tires? He's got 6 laps on the mediums. Now, we saw Gavranovic practicing a lot with the hards. So I think what we're fixing to see is Gavranovic's fixing to... What the hell? Was his pit just taken up by another car? I believe it was. Now that's messed up. He should have been able to pull on in there, grab his tires, and he did exactly what I was fixing to say I thought he might would do. We saw him during qualifying. He put in a lot of laps on the hards, getting very used to him. And I had a feeling when I saw him go in the pit that he was going to grab the hard compounds so that he can try to go the distance of the race, which I think at this point he should be able to do. It's only 21 more laps. He should definitely be able to get it. Alright, Play Dutchie says softs are going to last him. Oh, wow. Really? Only 5 laps. Yeah, lap 3, okay. So they'll last about 5 laps, and by the time you get to your 3rd lap, you have basically cooked your tires, and the surface of your tires is literally just peeling off as you're going around the turns. Which, yeah, no, that's no good. So yeah, definitely soft tires on this track are just good for a hot lap then. I think the drivers on the hard compounds are making the best moves. Yes, as we can see, I'm sorry y'all for the fast camera movement, but I've got it. Oh, we got a little cars getting a little close together here midfield. Oh, safety car has came back out again. Oh, we have lost Kebab. Oh, that is terrible. He was the 3rd driver I was actually rooting for. And while y'all are watching, we've got 20 laps left. If y'all want to go ahead and start deciding who y'all might want to name off as the driver of the day. I do usually try to ask y'all not to pick anyone on the podium because it kind of ends me up with their cars on the screen more than one time, and the guys in the back drive their asses off. But I also usually try to arrange this so that everyone has an equal opportunity to get driver of the day. So this week, the top of the podium is not off limits for pick of driver of the day, because they do also deserve to get driver of the day as well at some point during the season. Alright, so let me get back up here. Try not to make myself and y'all, the viewers, sick with some overly fast camera movement. Alright, so we are sitting with... Oh, this could... If the safety car doesn't go in at the end of this lap, if it keeps them out for one more lap, it could present the opportunity for some of the drivers to make a quick tire change. Though it looks... Deadly Jason is the only one. Well, no, and Don Razib. Deadly Jason and Don Razib really kind of need to take advantage of this and try to get in and change tires. Don Razib has 13 laps on his hards. Piero's right behind him in second with only 8. So I believe he could definitely go the distance here. ESH in 3rd, Adam Grin in 4th, Guillotine 5th, Metboy 6th, Deadly Jason is 7th, MQD 8th, Toursant 9th, One Shot 2 Down is 10th, Natty G has made his way back up into 11th, Kobayashi is 12th, Gavranovic is 13th, Daza is 14th, and what the hell happened to JoJo? How did he end up in the back? I may have to message him later on and ask him how he ended up in the back. He has been having phenomenal races. But I do have to also add in that this is the Super League. This entire field are very, very strong drivers. So even the guys in the back of the pack are way beyond my skill. Oh, as we have, I'm not sure what we have going on there, but we're going to take the camera off that, see if that can sort itself out. Middle of the pack, definitely right on top of each other. The safety car did go in, and the drivers were not able to take advantage of that, which was very unfortunate. I was kind of hoping that Don Rajiv and Deadly Jason would be able to get in there and take advantage of that and get a fresh set of tires. Okay, so Natty G's going to try to ride it out. We're going to have to, we'll see. Well, I'm not going to say it's not doable, in my opinion, for Natty G to ride out the medium tires. He's got 4. We've seen a lot of the drivers do 20 some odd laps in several of the races. So, yeah, I think this could definitely happen. Still fighting for position. Natty G's trying to get a move on Tourissant. Tourissant doing a fantastic move of staying very, very defensive there. Natty G just not quite able to get around him. Tourissant is exactly where he needs to be to keep him held up. I believe Natty G is just, I don't know. He doesn't need to go for a risky move. Trying to throw one down the inside is only going to be disastrous here. He really just needs to try to stay right up on him, take advantage of the DRS coming down one of the straights or something and get by him. I believe is going to be about his best chance. So yeah, Tourissant is right. Tourissant's holding the racing line perfectly. Natty G will have to go very far off the race line and probably cost himself a lot of time if he tries to get by him at the moment. Obviously got a little bit wide there, but if he can get closed up, he's still close enough. Oh no, the DRS isn't going to quite let him get caught back up. I've got to go up here to the top of the field, everybody. We have Piero now. Yeah, the entire top of the field is right on top of each other. Don Rajiv has Piero only 3/10 off of him. ESH only 9/10 behind Piero. Adam Grin only 1/10 off of ESH. Oh, that gap did just increase a little bit. Met Boy 4/10 off of Adam Grin. Guillotine 5/10 off of Met Boy. MQD 3/10 off of Guillotine. And yeah, Tourissant is only 2/10 from MQD. Natty G 8/10 from Tourissant, and One Shot 2 Down 4/10 from. Oh nope, we're seeing some changes here. I believe we just saw some massive. Oh, something has happened. Or did they go in and pit? Oh no, we have had another massive crash. I believe something happened there between Guillotine and Deadly Jason. And as we could see there, everyone from 2nd to 10th was literally, I believe there was only about 1.5 seconds separating all those drivers. It really was only a matter of time with the drivers pushing that hard before something happened. All of our drivers pushing very, very hard tonight. And I, for one, am not fixing to tell them to calm down in the slightest. This has been a great race to watch and commentate on. Like I said, the entire grid, the entire season, they have not been as close as they have been in this race. This has been very exciting racing. And real quick, I'm going to take advantage of this safety car as well, so I can continue to talk through the rest of the last 16 laps. I'm looking down through the bottom of the field, and I can see several of the drivers are taking advantage of the safety car, getting in, grabbing another new set of tires. And we see several guys in the back have now decided to go on to the mediums. And no, the safety car is still out. It is not in. It's going to make them go one more lap. Or did it? No, it's staying out. Oh, that is going to be very, very frustrating to the drivers right there. Yeah, I agree, Play Dutchie, and that's what we're seeing most of the drivers do. Wow, the leaders, though, are really I think they're going to find themselves at a big disadvantage here. Several of them have 13 laps at least on a set of hard tires. The entire bottom of the field has just grabbed a fresh set of mediums. As far as just tire wear and tire grip, they are definitely going to be outmatched. So we will have to wait and see what happens here. This could prove to be very detrimental to the leaders' race right here. We'll see if the safety car goes on in. It looks like the safety car is in. Still got the notification up there though, but it does look like cars are going for the restart. Yep. Safety car is in. And still, Piero is still in first. Natty G just made his way up. Nope, Turzant took that position immediately back. Let's go right down there to those two. They're gonna slug it out for a second, I think. Oh no, wait a minute. I've got to go back here to Jojo Power, Don Rajiv, Adam Grin. As still, the middle of the pack are proven to be tonight where the majority of the action is. The leaders are driving their asses off, but they're keeping a little bit of a gap from each other, while the middle of the pack are being just absolutely ferocious tonight. As I am currently on Kobayashi, he is trying to keep Don Rajib fended off. Don Rajib is trying his best to keep Adam Grim fended off, who is trying to fend off Gavra Novik, who is trying to fend off MQD, who also has Daza not very far behind him as well. And this battle is going on all the way up to first place. We literally have, let's see, 1 second, we have no more than 5 seconds separating first and 13th position at the moment. If that shows you how tight the field is at the moment. You can see all the gaps, just a few tenths. As there we go, Adam Green going by Jojo Power. Jojo Power's not going to be too happy about that. He's going to try to take that position back very soon. Kobayashi's finding himself in a bit of a squeeze there, along with Gavra Novik. Both teammates really fighting for position. I have to say, I like to see teammate rivalries just a bit. Teammates work together, but getting this far into the race, as my teammate Joe Black in the GT3 series would tell me, if you could make the move on me, make it jukebox. Which usually, I have to say, I can't make much of a move on Joe. Joe has been absolutely killing it here lately. Let's go right back up here. Kobayashi is still closing in on MQD. Not quite able to catch up to him to get around. Let's go up here to Adam Grin, only 4/10 from Don Rajiv. Both 3 laps on the mediums. I have to say I am very, very curious as to see how this works out with the leaders. Piero, ESH, and Metboy, all 16 laps on hard tires. Turazan is steady closing the gap to them with his 9 laps on hard tires. Natty G is 5th, steady closing the gap, 10 laps on mediums. Natty G could find himself struggling for a little bit of grip right there towards the end. That is going to put him at about 25 laps on the mediums. But he's got I believe he does have himself one hell of a coach, so I'm not going to state my meaningless commentary opinion on what he should have done, because I'm not in his car, so I really have no idea as to what he really should have done. He is trying to close that gap, though. Oh, we've got Don Rajiv going down the inside. Not quite able to get around, 1 shot, 2 down. Oh, we may have had a little bit of wheel scrubbing there from Don Rajiv and Adam Grin. No parts came off, though, so that was fantastic racing. They were just, you know, somebody's tires needed a little bit of a touch-up. That's all. Oh, do they actually? Does that actually happen in here, Play Dutchie? Can they actually get a puncture? Or will it just leak a little bit of air, or will they literally just go to a flat tire? I know on the on ACC we can get punctures, and then as we drive through the track, we slowly lose air in that tire, and of course, if it gets too flat, we'll lose the tire. Yeah. Natty G's coach says that, yeah, he really needed to have taken some new tires. So, yeah, he's definitely going to be struggling with a little bit of grip there, as I believe the leaders are, too. So I really think we're going to end up seeing possibly 1 shot, 2 down, very far up in the lead, but definitely Don Rajiv, MQD. Jojo Power's going to be close. I would have liked to have seen him take some tires as well. Gavra Novic currently 10th, but he's got the 5 laps on his mediums. I think he's going to move up a good bit too, because the field really has not spread out. Piero does have an almost 2-second lead over ESH at the moment. Turazan has managed to get by Metboy. Yep, Metboy with 18 laps on his tires. Yeah, the leaders are definitely starting to suffer now. Ooh. Alright, so once you get up to about 80% tire wear, you start getting punctures in your tires. I did not know they actually put that much depth into their tire model on this game. I have to admit, I am very impressed. Yeah, it looks like the leaders are starting to suffer with their lap times just a little bit, though. They're keeping everybody ran out some, but it's going to be close. You can really see the leaders. The leaders are really losing time to each other for the most part, whereas the middle of the field here are still right on top of each other, and they're gaining time. We now have 1 shot, 2 down, only 3/10 from Natty G. Don Rajiv. Where's Don Rajiv? Don Rajiv's fixing to go for the move, I believe. Nope, not quite in the position. That was some fantastic driving for everyone right there. I believe they actually went through there almost 4 wide. We did see 1 car end up going a little wide, but still very, very impressive. I believe probably had to go wide to avoid some major contact there, so hopefully they didn't really pick up a penalty from that. Don Rajib's definitely got the pressure on Natty G. Don Don's only got 7 laps on his tires. I mean, it's not a completely fruitless battle for Natty G. I mean, you know, fight to the end, but yeah, unfortunately, Don Regimes, he's got it on the tires. I think the best Natty G could hope for at this point is that the drivers behind him are pushing so hard that they make a mistake. Because we've got, yeah, MQD only 3/10 off of Don Regime, 1 shot 2 down, 3/10 off of MQD. Jojo Power has managed to get a little bit of a gap between Jojo Power and 1 shot 2 down. I believe 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th are kind of really drafting each other down the straights and around the track. Get a lot of speed in there. I believe, yep, Natty G had to surrender a position there. His tire wears. Oh, shit. We had one get a little wide. I'm not sure who got a little bit wide, but they did come back in and gave MQD a little bit of a bump. Hopefully he did not pick up any damage there. Let's see. Oh, no, he's pulling off to the side. I believe he may have lost his front wing there. Oh, I hope not. He has been having one hell of a race. It's possible he may have actually even lost a tire there the way he had come to a stop. Oh, and Adam Grin, yeah, Adam Grin also is falling back down to 13th there. So, yeah, the driver's pushing very hard. A little bit of contact is bound to happen. Gavrik Novik got a little bit wide there. He's pushing really hard. He's trying to get this gap closed in because he is right there on top of Jojo Power. Let's go back up here to the lead, though, and check on these drivers, because Piero still in first now with a 3.3 second lead. I really do not see how he is managing to increase his lead. I still think the leaders are losing time to the midfield, though. As, yes, there we go, we have Don Regimes made his way by Metboy and has put himself into 4th position. And speaking of the last 7 laps left, I better start actually getting the podium together. Because, yeah, this is definitely shaping up to be a good race, but I tell you, 21 laps on those hard tires for the leaders it's gonna be 7 more laps. That'll be almost 28 laps. That's gonna be tough. I definitely, yeah, I agree, Play Dutchy. I definitely think Tourazant can make it to the end. He only has the 14. So that could, if Piero and ESH have to come in and pit, that could end up putting Tourazant right in the lead, which he probably did not expect, but he's been having a good race. It would definitely be well-deserved. He's managed his tires good. And actually, I think just in case, I'm going to make sure that I have him loaded up as well. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have a sticker for Tourazant. Tourazant is a replacement driver tonight, isn't he? Not sure how I will work that out. Blade Dutchy, I'm going to guess that Tourazant is most likely replacing you. Just let me know in the chat if he isn't. Yeah, I think so. They're definitely they're really pushing their tires. But yeah, let me know if Tourazant is replacing you, then I will use your sticker for his place at the end. Because I think that's what I'm thinking has gone on. But yeah, I'm going to be quiet for a second here, guys. And it is not because I have gone anywhere. Actually, I'm going to go down here to Jojo Power. He's 3/10 off Natty G. I'm here. I'm just getting this. Okay. Thank you very much, Play Dutchy. So yeah, if he ends up on the podium, I will I'll use your sticker. Well, I guess that makes most sense anyway, since he is earning you the points. But yeah, I'll use your sticker for him. I was just a little confused there. But yeah, y'all, I'm going to be a little quiet for a lap or two, start getting this podium together. And so y'all just enjoy this battle right here. This is definitely an intense battle. Natty G's trying to hang on with it, but he's got massive laps on those medium tires at the moment. Yep, and if y'all do have a choice for driver of the day, oh no, he definitely will get the credit. I just don't have a sticker made for him. Is all it is. Play Dutchie. But yeah, if y'all have a choice for driver of the day, now would definitely be the time to start letting me know so I can get their graphics also loaded up here. I don't know. You know, I think man, I think at this point, I think Piero ESH I think they're going for it. I think they plan on staying out the distance. And I have to say, holy hell, Gavranovic has found himself up into 8th place. He managed to get around Natty G. Natty G is really suffering for those tires. He really did need to take advantage of that last safety car, but I've never really spent much time with this game, so I don't know how big the risk is or what exactly is going through the drivers' minds on trying to plan those things out. So it could have just been one of those, you know, split-second decisions he had to make, and he decided that he was just going to stay out on what he had. But yes, Gavranovic, I'm going to move my camera to him. Gavranovic is trying to get back up there to JoJo. He's only 4/10 off. I'm hoping not either. If it happens, it's going to be right here at the end. They've only got 3 laps left. And at the gap they have, Tourissant could end up taking that second place position from ESH. And I have to say, Tourissant, I believe, doesn't Tourissant, he drives in the Premier class. So for him to come into the Super League and to manage to do what he is doing tonight is very, very impressive. As, yep, Gavranovic is trying to, oh, they're too wide as we've got another one coming in. Natty G's trying to get up in there too. Natty G just really doesn't have the tires, I don't think, to get himself involved in this battle too much. He really just kind of needs to hang on to where he's at. He's in the top 10. He's got a good solid 9th, which is very good. But I have to admit, as the commentator and watching this battle, I am a little scared that if Natty G tries to push his car a little too hard at the moment, 19 laps on those medium tires could be disastrous. You know, I have no idea what kind of penalties they have played, Dutchie, and hopefully it won't affect my stuff. All the penalties are in the back of the grid. Look at that. Wow. Oh, Gavranovic still, he wants that position. He wants that 7th place. He is going to keep this battle going right there to the end. I have to say, Tourissant now 3/10 off of ESH. I believe he could end up taking that position from ESH. And let's see, I believe I'm trying to pick someone for a driver of the day. I'm thinking either One Shot 2 Down or Daza. Daza has held in there and has managed to find his way into 12th, regardless of the fact that we lost several drivers Yeah, it's still a 12th place position, and he's hung in there and made it to the end of the race. So Gavra had it last week. Natty, I'd be all over you, but you didn't listen to your coach. Oh, ESH a 3-second, but I didn't see any penalties when I pulled it up. He may have just picked it up though, so let me go ahead and get these two changed around here. Oh, there we go. Gavrinovic's he is taking that 7th place. I had a feeling he was not going to give up until he had it. Jojo Power still only 1/10 behind it. Oh, Gavra had a little bit of a lockup coming in there. Oh, allow Daza to get right up in on top of him. Very uncomfortable position right there at the end, this close to the end of the race with all 3 drivers. Oh, Met Boy started from the back. Nice. No, yeah, I think now there we go, right there, Play Dutchy. I'm feeling Met Boy very much right now. I'm feeling Met Boy for driver of the day. If y'all disagree with me and Play Dutchy, let us know. But I agree, Play Dutchy. I feel Met Boy for driver of the day. Where is his graphic? And I'm gonna go ahead and get him loaded up just in case. But I think I'm feeling, yeah, I feel Met Boy for driver of the day. Also, last lap, Gavra is holding on to his 7th place position. Jojo really wants to take that 7th place back. Oh, who did we just lose? Oh shit, we just lost someone back there. I'm not sure who it was. We lost it. It may have been Kobayashi. Oh, he had been having a very, very good race. I want to go up to the leader, but I'm so scared to take this away from this battle. In all of that, Natty G managed to find himself in 8th around Gavranovic. Oh, he's lost the 2 positions, but he is still right there on top of it. He still could manage. Where are they? They could maybe possibly get this back. I'm not sure. Gavranovic is pushing very, very hard. He is still in the top 10, but he really wants this. Piero has crossed the line with 1st, Tourissant in 2nd, ESH 3rd. I cannot leave this battle right here, y'all. These guys are still battling for position. That's why I sacrificed catching the drivers, or, excuse me, y'all, the leaders coming across the line. 1 shot, 2 down is coming in 5th, Met Boy 6th. Gavra still, he wants this. He's trying to go for it right here at the end. Wasn't quite able to get that position, but that was one hell of a battle, I have to say, right there at the end. I am very, very impressed. And yep, I hit the wrong transition button there, guys. But there is our podium. Piero with a fantastic win. Tourissant representing Play Dutchy in 2nd. I'm blown away by that race from a premier driver even. That was outstanding. And ESH with the 3rd. And yeah, Met Boy definitely deserved driver of the day. Oh, and yeah, y'all look, I'm earning a few points again there. And there we go. Here is our runoff. We had Piero in 1st, Tourissant 2nd, Don Rajib 3rd, ESH 4th, One Shot is 5th, Met Boy 6th, Jojo 7th, Adam Grin 8th, Natty G 9th, Gavra 10th, Kobayashi 11th, Daza 12th, MQD 13th, Guillotine 14th, Deadly Jason 15th, Bob 16th, Toby 17th, Before You Die was 18th. And y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed that race as much as I did. I have to say, some people complain about the restarts. as the commentator, and hopefully y'all as the audience, I rather enjoy watching the cars get piled right back up on top of each other. It makes for some great battles throughout the whole race. It's very unfortunate that we did see several of the drivers crash out, but that is, of course, the nature of the F1 cars. And I must say, I have not watched the so-called official series, but I have heard that our drivers have been doing a much better job than the actual professional drivers. So all the F1 2019 drivers in GAVRA Racing, whether you're the Super League or the Premier Series, I mean, great work, guys. I mean, I really did hear everybody talking about how good of a job y'all did. Well, thank you very much, Play Dutchy. It is always my pleasure to do these. I enjoy it a lot. And I'm trying to think. This is always the part that I struggle the most on, is how to shut this thing down. Shameless advertisement. Y'all go to the website, check it out. GAVRA has lots of information on there. I even saw some of the guys on the Discord channel talking about how they were shocked to see that GAVRA has started, I believe it's a Rainbow Six League. So yeah, I mean, GAVRA's steady looking to expand all types of things. We'll have another F1 2019 Academy series starting back up very, very soon. No, I'm not gonna jump on the Discord. Play Dutchy. Interviews are one of the weird things. I go back and forth on them. I would love to do them all the time, but it always ends up where we end up with weeks with drivers not wanting to do some, and unfortunately we have ran across the language barrier a couple of times, and until I can nail out a system where I can interview everyone, regardless of language barriers and everything, I myself am choosing not to do too many interviews. Just because of that, I feel it's unfair for me to not be able to get some of the drivers on, just because I only speak one language. And let's face it, I'm not good with English. So, but anyway, yeah, y'all go to the website. Lots of stuff on there. Tons of information on all the future and past leagues and all upcoming events, as well as all the race results. And there is also the link to the Discord at the bottom of the website, as well as a Patreon link if you wish to become a Patreon supporter. We are, after all, community driven. Everyone donates all their time, from the administrators, commentators, the drivers, and of course y'all, the viewers. And last but not least, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. That way you'll get all the notifications for when we go live. And we will be live tomorrow with, I believe there is a F1 Academy race tomorrow, as well as the Janetta Evolution race. They are changing over to the GT4s from the GT5s. So it's time for the Evolution. We'll get to see if the drivers are prepared to step their game up. Thursday will be the Ferrari 33 SP, and Friday will be the GT3 class. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all tune into those, and definitely watch the race from yesterday for the F1 2019. It was really good. The drivers did a fantastic job on it as well. And thanks everyone for watching, and a huge thanks go to the administrators and GAVRA himself for organizing all of this for all of us. So thanks everyone, and y'all have a good night.